Trapping is carried out for a variety of reasons. Originally, it was for food, fur, and other animal products. But trapping has since been expanded to encompass pest control, and for us, wildlife management. Think about this. Each time your deer produce fawns, the likelihood of a bobcat or coyote finding and eating that fawn is pretty significant. However, if you remove and control the number of predators, your fawn is more likely to grow, thrive, and stick around for you to enjoy or to hunt.
Day one, I caught the male that was on this farm, and I knew it was just a matter of time when we got the female. Back foot catch is what it is, but I want to show you how white she is. Just gorgeous coyote.
The research shows that regulated trapping is a safe, efficient, and practical means of capturing individual animals without impairing the survival of fur-bearer populations or damaging the environment.
Well, boys, it's a cold one out here, but still catch a lot of animals. Today was our best day so far. 2 skunks, a raccoon, 2 possums. That's what I'm talking about.
Corey does enjoy water trapping for animals like beaver and otter.
Come through here the other day. You can see the channel right here from his belly going through. Much a divot. You can see right here, Corey come through and seen that and set that trap there. He's coming through here. This was all ice a couple days ago. And he got him today.
Trail cameras are great tools when it comes to helping see what's on the farm. Corey knew a beaver had been messing with the trees, so the guys set a Duke body gripper in hopes of catching him.
That's definitely a nice beaver. That's a nice one. That's some good eating right there. That's some good eating.
All right, Brian. Now, normally I'm behind the camera with Brian, but literally a couple days before Brian got here, actually a week ago, me and Jesse were up there. We actually filmed a piece out of nowhere. A beaver showed up here on our deer lease, and Jesse's like, he's got to go. I said, okay. Came back after SHOT Show. First place I came was here. I found his den. He had like a hole in the ground where he was going in and out, but it was all iced up back there. So I asked Brian, because he always has his waders, if he could help me set this up. So I come up here and we found literally where he was running, and I'll get a shot of it when the water clears up. I got out there and I just couldn't get it down in because I didn't have my high boots on. Brian went out, finished up the set, helped me out. It's my biggest beaver to date. Had a wise eye up here and filmed them knocking another tree down. So it was bittersweet for me because we don't get them here but once every 5 or 6 years. So this is an old man for sure.
That's him.
That's old Grandpa.
Yep, that's him. He's sort of like me, long in the tooth again. You can see that. There's that one. Oh, they just have huge back feet. That's why everybody's, they got weak wrists too. So that's why a lot of people try to set for the back foot. Because if you don't have enough water, you get them drowned if you use a foothold. Sometimes they can ring off. But the body grip's the best, good way to do it, and snares. But they got this one, I'm going to show you that one, a double toenail. That's what they comb themselves with, and that's what spreads that oil to keep them waterproof.
Look how fat he is. What a day here in Kansas.
Keeping raccoons in check is fun, and the use of a DP trap, which stands for dog proof, is a great way to get into the sport.
You can find raccoons pretty much in all 50 states. You're most likely Alaska or Maine or Wisconsin, really cold. They're probably going to den up like the bears do. They do not like that deep snow. They will come out on our warmer nights. But again, you can go to any of the 50 states and trap raccoons.
Hey, what's going on?
We got 4 coons on this one field. Raccoons, sorry. One right there. And then I got one back there.
No, we got 4 in this corner. We got 5 on this field.
And then Ange got one there and I got one there. So
These days, with the dog-proof traps and the species-specific size of the traps, if you catch a female or a juvenile and you want to let it go, you can do it unharmed.
holy cow! I'm gonna put a trap right there.
What they call a DP or a dog-proof trap is a cylinder trap that has less than 1.5 inch hole in the top that a raccoon can reach down and hit the trigger.
Hey, this is Cody Beckham with Brody's Baits, and I want to show you the new kit setter we've come up with. It'll be 2 pieces of metal and instructions in this package. I want to show you right quick how to use it. Like I said, you got 2 pieces, one straight and one's bent. Your bent one is made for your trap. It's an extra ground support. So once you put it in here, it sticks out the front and gives a little more leverage on the ground. Then you take your other, slide it into your trap, and then easily push this down. This is made for anyone who's got any hand troubles, kids, elderly people. If you have trouble setting these with the kit setter, you ain't gonna have any trouble anymore. I can literally take one finger and set this trap, and then I am off to set another dozen out in the field.
Using a dog-proof trap is not going to say you're not going to catch a non-target, which you will. I mean, you can still catch, cats, skunks, possums.
It's one of our deer spots right here. Got a blind turtle just behind me, and just tired of feeding all the coons, so he's sitting there on top of the trail camera right now.
Box trapping, like for skunks, is one of Corey's favorites. And skunk prices are extremely good right now, so Corey's been busy catching skunks.
I've got it right here by this cubby set. Sometimes I have my trap set where a skunk won't get caught, or a possum. They set the tension a little bit, more for bobcats. I want that weight on there. A lot of times, a skunk will go in, pull the carcasses out, and work on them over there. A possum will just stay in there and chew on them. So we knew we had a skunk in the area. Well, we're getting ready to pull sets tomorrow, so I went ahead and pulled this from another place, brought it here. It's basically a 220 body gripper inside these square boxes. You just cut them out to your grooves, and then bend the jaws. Get it out of here pretty easy. Well, that's a nice skunk.
wow, look at this skunk. Look how either you're going on my wall or you're going to the fur buyer. Hopefully he's going on my wall though.
I carry these wipes, Synthese field wipes with me. They work fantastic. Keep my hands clean. I just dealt with that skunk a little bit. Keep everybody happy that's around me. Synthese field wipes. Keep them in your truck, keep them in your pack. They work really good for trapping.
Coyote trapping might be one of the most popular types of trapping. Foothold traps such as a Duke 550 is perfect for holding the animal in place until the trapper arrives. Many non-believers or uneducated people believe when a coyote's trapped by a foothold that the animal's in great pain and is breaking bones, but that's far from the truth. When an animal's trapped in a foothold trap, it's nearly handcuffed. The animal's basically held hostage until a responsible trapper arrives or dispatches the animal or relocates it.
Duke 550. Put back in a dirt hole. Make sure that thing's bedded firmly. Now, the stuff that's down in here is fairly dry. It should not freeze, but I'm still going to spray some propylene glycol on it. Ready to go.
Laws and regulations vary from state to state, but most places have a 24-hour check law, which means you have to check your trap each and every day. The use of a Wise-Eye trail camera helps our team know when an animal's caught, so the team can immediately head in and remove that critter.
On this farm that's been messing with me, and I outsmarted him. He's sitting up here in the snowbank. At least it looks like
We
a coyote.
understand trapping isn't for everybody, but I can tell you trapping is very effective and it's fun to do. Imagine waking up every morning like it's Christmas. You enjoy a cup of coffee, head out on the line, waiting to see an animal in your trap. Now, you may notice the animals jumping around when you first arrive. Well, the animal's not in pain, they're just more ashamed of the situation they're in. Most animals don't have up-close interaction, so yeah, they want to get away. But typically after a few seconds, the coyote or whatever's in the trap will lay down and let you do your thing.
I have been after this coyote. When we started seeing trail cam pictures of her, I really wanted her. Day one, I caught the male that was on this farm, and I knew it was just a matter of time when we got the female.
Now, when it comes to coyote or canine trapping, what do you need to be successful on the line? Well, Duke traps are affordable, they're easy to find, and they work great. Corey likes the Duke 450 or 550 for a bobcat and canine such as a coyote. Good bait or lure is always helpful. Corey and Brody have built a brand called Brody's Baits. These baits have been tested for over 8 seasons and have proven out to work as good as any bait or lure on the market.
Stingray cider, great all-call lure. End of the line. This is a cold season bait, but I'm going to put a little bit in this, and then this is a new all-call that I'm working on. We'll put our Stingray cider right here.
I don't put a whole lot, but Brody's been putting a little bit of his meat baits at the walkthroughs, so I know if I don't do it, he's going to be mad at me. I just take a little stick, and I'm literally just going to take a little glob of this, and I am going to stick it right up in that grass.
In the late season, the skunky skunk smell will attract coyotes from far distance, no matter how cold it gets.
Big old glob. Stick that down in the hole. A little bit of Stingray cider on the side, and I got his turd right here. That's basically it.
I got coyote in my set.
Oh, that's a giant.
Oh, yeah. Got the first coyote of the season. This is actually a first day check. Got him on a walkthrough. This is my set. Dad's is over there. You can see all the blue stuff sticking out. Well, anyways, I put Stingray cider and end of the line here for a really nice front paw catch. And let me get this remade.
What he didn't tell you is he was going to my set. He just happened to step right in Brody's trap.
Boy, it's a cold one here this morning in Kansas. 6 degrees, I believe. Rolled in. Unfortunately, we got a mangy coyote. So this one will go back and get put in the pit, get buried. But driving in here this morning, I've seen 2 coyotes. Both had mange for obvious reasons. They got no fur. They can move around, so cold. So got them in an RJ set with Brody's baits. So not gonna mess around with them too much.
So what do you do when you check your line? Well, we try to drive to every set. The least amount of scent you spread to set, the better you are. If you're able to drive in and see the set, that's better than walking up every day.
The biggest possum I've ever seen. Jeez. Look at the tail. Look how thick that is. I didn't think that was living here.
You'll learn that some farms are better than others. And believe me, trapping will humble you and make you a better outdoorsman. You'll start to appreciate trails, tracks, and even more signs when you're hunting.
Morning, rolled into the first farm, picked up a nice double on raccoons, 1 giant. Went to the next one over one of the bow hunters' corn piles, got a triple. Got a phone call from our buddy. He has a raccoon problem. Here's my solution. I got 4 DPs set up around, actually 5. I got one behind this camera, and then I've got 2 on a trail coming in. DP buffet is in there, but I put sardines in first. Here's why. DP buffet is 5 dry ingredients. Well, they got a buffet right there. So what I do is I put a little bit of sardines in first, put my stuff, the DP buffet, on top. I got powdered donut on top of that. I got to get these things quickly. This is the best way I know how.
Trapping needs to be done with a friend or a kid. Kids, for some reason, love walking up to animals and seeing them up close. And passing down the art of trapping will ensure the sport's here to stay.
Since we got a skunk in the trap, and it's not a skunk box, we gotta use the Umarex Complete.
If you're new to trapping, go online and watch videos, search up trapping groups, and ask questions. In the old days, many of those trappers would clam up and not share knowledge. But in today's world, there's so many that are willing to help.
Too many guys try to block a coyote, where I'll block them, but not that it's overbearing to the coyote. Meaning, I don't want to put it in that high grass and make him search around for it. These coyotes right here, especially right now, we're knocking into these young ones. They're not the smartest, and even them smart old alpha males like we caught the other day right here, they'll run down this edge. They're gonna see something happen right here. There's a ton of scent. We caught a cat, and we've got 2 coyotes right here. There's a ton of scent right here. It's gonna force them in. Those pieces of grass that I have up are gonna be a visual. They're gonna come in, they're gonna smell the lure, and hopefully step on our trap. So,
in our opinion, anybody can sit in a deer stand and shoot a deer. Anyone can take a turkey call, make noise, and kill a turkey. But it takes someone special to have an animal walk around and have to step up on a 1-inch circle and get caught. A smart coyote or wolf is not easy to trick. Trust us, if you become a trapper and take it all in, you'll become a better hunter, and you'll learn to appreciate the outdoors even that much more. Interlocks Out There is brought to you by Interlock Broadheads, deadly by design. Umarex Air Guns, a full line of air guns and air archery products for all ages and applications. AMS Bow Fishing, American-made bow fishing gear. Wise Eye Technology, trail cameras that won't disappoint. And by Apparition Scents, deadlier than a black widow. Mike's Archery, Dead End Game Calls, Mammoth Coolers, Tar River Outdoor Products, Monarch Tree Stand, home of the walk-around ladder stand, and Luminoc, Bear Archery, Trophy Ridge, Elite Force, Scent Thief, prepared to protect the less lethal way, and by these amazing companies: